Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company. It is great to see you and welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. We got the boatless angler with us today, folks. You got your line in?
Just went down.
Down he went. We're running, folks. We've got some live bait we're running today. We're gonna fish with minnows today, and I've got my perch rig on, my pre-tied T-turn bait rig. This is number 1A. There's also a smaller one, 1A6G. Anyways, we got some live minnows. Our T-turn rigs are gonna keep us tangle free. And we're basically just fishing on the bottom, and we're looking for perch. So we're not marking any on the screen right now, but basically what these perch are doing out here, folks, on Lake Erie is they're moving around. They're scattered and they're moving around. So right now I'm anchor locked, and if nothing's happening, if nothing comes around, I'll lift anchor and we'll drift a little until we can find those fish. But basically we're going to be fishing right on the bottom. I've got a nice light fishing rod here, and with that T-turn, that pre-tied T-turn bait rig, those live minnows can swim around freely as well, which is a nice bonus to have. So no bites yet?
Not yet.
Okay, we're out here. They're saying maybe chance of showers later. It's kind of one of those later. It's kind of like one of those days today. But hopefully the fish will be on. Stay tuned, folks. We're looking for those great, beautiful Lake Erie perch. Well, Antonio, for once, I hook up first. Although, in all fairness, you just missed one.
I did.
So they just kind of started to come around a bit. And I set the hook into the first perch. No idea how big he is. It doesn't feel huge, but actually,
That's a good one.
Say, that's not bad at all.
It's a nice one.
Yeah. Whoops, he didn't feel that big, but that's a nice perch. I want to get my line back down there again. I lost my other minnow. Get that minnow out. I wonder if they'll hit this old minnow again. Yeah, that's a decent perch. Are you on?
I am on.
Okay. So I'm going to get my line back down there again.
Mine does not feel decent.
No? Yeah, that's a nice perch. This one's a good start.
Keeper,
hey,
yeah.
It's a good start. It's a nice start to our day right there, folks.
Mine's half the size of yours.
You got a small one?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to keep these fish, whatever the size they are, because, folks, we're fishing deep. We're fishing in 60 feet of water. That's where these perch are holding. So if you bring them up a little too quick, they might not survive if you release them. If you bring them up really, really slow, they got a better chance. But anyways, we're going to keep those fish. And Antonio, because the smaller ones are harder to clean, you can clean the small ones, I'll clean the big ones. How's that?
Sounds fine.
Yeah, that's the only problem with the small fish, is they're just harder to clean. They taste the same, so. Okay, well see now there's nothing. They just kind of came, we had those bites, and now they're just moving around. So we just got to wait them out until they come back. I think I got your cousin, Antonio.
Small one?
It feels smaller, but I'm running I've got a one piece. Actually, he's gonna do.
He'll be all right.
Yeah. He took my top bait, eh? He took my top minnow. How do you like that? Okay. That's decent, actually. Not bad at all. So I've got a one piece. It's just a little 5-foot fishing rod. It's light action. Let's see if I can get myself another minnow here. Oh, come on. Boy, they're fast. We don't have many either. Well, here's a small one. Let's try this little guy. See if he can trigger a bite. Really small. We don't have much bait, folks. So we're reusing what we have and taking advantage of that. But no, it's just a little one-piece light action rod, and I've got it rigged with braided line. So we're fishing deep, and I like to use braided line anytime I'm using live bait, but especially if you're fishing deep like we are today, you need that braid for the feel and for the hook set. So, and the rig, of course, the pre-tied T-turn bait rig, it comes rigged with fluorocarbon line. So to me, that's a great setup. The fluorocarbon is less visible to the fish. With your braided line, you've got the sensitivity and the direct hook set. It's a perfect combo. All we need now for the perch to come back around and bite. So they just, like I say, they're really sparse, folks, but that's okay. We'll take one here, we'll take one there, And in the meanwhile, we relax. It's a beautiful way to fish, folks. Stress-free, just relaxing and waiting for those perch to come around and set the hook.
Small one.
Small one, straight down, eh? I decided to cast out a little bit. Eh? Little guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what I did is we weren't really marking anything, so I just cast my line out a little bit and I'm working the minnow back towards the boat. If there's any fish in the area, I can maybe draw them towards us a bit, you know? But you seem to get that one straight down, Antonio, right?
Straight below the boat.
Okay.
Small fish.
Little guy again? Where are those bigger Lake Erie perch? Hey?
Maybe he's
We
not
got
that
some.
small.
No? See?
It's okay.
Oh, that's all right. Not a huge one, but
No.
it's not no Lake Erie jumbo. Oh, might have had a little
chunk.
hit there. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
You got one?
Yeah, so what I did, folks, was I cast it out and I worked it back. As you know, my bottom bait was reused and dead minnow. So by casting it out and bringing it back in again, you're keeping that dead minnow moving and giving it some action. And this, folks, is one real small fish. But his bladder is right out and he just inhaled that dead minnow. Oh, he just inhaled it. Oh my goodness. There's another one for you to clean, Antonio.
Okay. Wow.
So he took my bait. So I'm going to put that one right back on there again. Get another one out there. Okay, and back down I go. I put it straight down this time. Now, what I'm doing, folks, when I cast it out, like I say, I bring it back in, I'm working that minnow. But if I'm fishing straight up and down, what I like to do is also move the minnows. Lift the line up, let it go down, nice and easy. Let it hit the bottom, sit there for a second, just kind of move it a bit, put it back down. So I guess you could say I'm kind of jigging. I'm lifting it up and letting it move down, and that way that minnow, even though it might not be alive, is still moving around down there and attracting a hit. So that's the technique, and I really like that technique. And sometimes what I'll even do is I'll just lift my rod up and just keep bringing it up to make it look like a minnow's kind of moving away, and then just drop it back down again. And sometimes that triggers hits too, but there has to be fish around for it to trigger hits. And right now, I don't see anything on the screen, so I might have to cast back out there and bring back in again. We shall see. Are you straight down, Antonio?
Straight down. Oh, he's small.
Again, another small one.
Yeah.
Where are those bigger fish? It's funny, we got a few bigger ones, and then now we're getting the smaller ones, eh?
Yeah, he's small.
I guess you can't pick and choose. That is what it is, right?
It is what it is, exactly.
Fish moving around, but at least they're biting today, folks. That's a good thing. And I'm just liking this, just sitting here and relaxing and waiting for that hit, watching that rod tip and lifting my line up, just keeping busy, folks. We're keeping busy and eventually getting hits. You missed yours, eh, Antonio?
Dude.
This one doesn't feel that big either. And average. I mean, not tiny, but definitely not jumbo status, that's for sure. But decent. So he took the eye of my minnow. I don't like to reuse the minnows when they're missing their eyeballs like that. But yeah, both eyes are missing. So I'm gonna replace that bait. You missed him and he came back, eh?
Yeah, as I was taking my jacket off. It's getting hot out here.
Small one again?
Yeah.
Another smaller one.
Wow.
We might have to make a move if that's all we're going to be getting. I mean, we got some nicer perch, but lately they've been all small.
This
So
one's tiny.
yeah, they're small. We might have to make a little move. We'll give it another 5 minutes or so, but otherwise we're going to make a move. Feel a little better?
Feels a bit better. It's hard to tell though. Deep water. Oh yeah.
That's better. See? All you got to do is threaten to leave. Right?
It's a better fish.
We just got to threaten to change spots, and then you get better fish. So I actually put an extra large minnow on the bottom. I want to see if that actually attracts a bigger hit or not. But that was a nicer fish.
Mm-hmm.
Hey?
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay, maybe we'll get some bigger ones coming around. You got another big one, Antonio? Bigger one?
Feels nicer, yeah.
Yeah?
It does. Could be an optical illusion, but no, I don't think it is. It's
fish.
a nice fish.
Oh, there you go. Now you're talking right there, folks. That's
Chunk.
a better Lake Erie perch right there. Now, they get bigger, but that's a nice chunk.
Nice size.
That's a nice chunk. And he came on the top hook, eh?
Top hook.
Well, I got this extra large, huge minnow on, and they're not biting it. I might have to take it off and downsize. But that's a nicer perch.
It's a good fish.
Yeah, you're using smaller minnows, right?
I'm using multiple small ones. Smaller
Really?
ones, yeah.
I'll show you the one I got on here, at least on the bottom hook. Show you how big it is, but nothing seems to want to hit it.
Oh wow, that is huge.
It's a big minnow. The size of that one, folks. It's almost a little smelt. Well, I'll leave it on for another minute or two, but if I don't seem to get a bite on it, I gotta downsize. Because you're using smaller minnows, and those were two nice perch. But you would think those bigger perch would hit that bigger minnow, right?
They should.
But maybe they're not that aggressive today. But we're gonna keep trying. I'll give it a shot.
It feels small.
Yeah, but at least you're getting bites. On this big minnow, they don't want to touch it.
I say change it up.
I'm gonna have to change it up because that's
Not
decent.
that small.
No, it's decent. Yeah, I mean they are not touching this big minnow. Hey,
Well.
good. Well. Yeah, okay.
It's pretty small.
Maybe that's why they're not touching this big minnow. I don't know, but not a hit on it. They don't want to touch it. I'm surprised. Straight down again?
Straight down. And it's not tiny, but I don't think it's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be the trend lately. Hey?
Medium.
Medium-sized perch?
Yeah. Medium small.
That's all right. It's another one for you to clean, right? Okay, folks, so what I did, I took that extra large minnow and I put it on my top hook. I left it as an attractor, and I put a small one on the bottom hook. So let's see. And I first dropped down, boom. What a difference. And look at there. He took the smaller minnow,
Wow.
right? And look at that big extra large minnow. Looks like it's been pecked at. The head is kind of chewed up on the one side, and the other side is not. But no one really wanted that minnow. And look at what I got him on. When I say I got a small minnow, look at how tiny this thing is. Tiny. But first drop down, changing that bait to the smaller bait, and it produced a decent perch. Okay, and you know what? That minnow's still pretty good. I'm just going to put it down there again and keep that extra large one on there just as an attractor. But you know what, folks? Fishing with live bait, fishing for perch, what a relaxing and rewarding way to fish. If you've never tried perch fishing or pan fishing, give it a try. It's a lot of fun. And you know what else, folks? It's a lot of good eating. Those perch are delicious. They're one of the best freshwater eating fish around. Perch, walleye. Oh, they're really
That
good.
one?
This one feels like a decent perch. Look at that. It's unbelievable, folks. I just downsized the minnow, and then that's it, all of a sudden. Because after watching Antonio catch those fish, it's like, okay, I gotta make a change. And again, look at that. He took that tiny, it's not a big perch, but he took that absolute tiny little minnow. Crazy, isn't it? And it's used and chewed, but I'm gonna put it back down there again. But as I was saying, folks, they are one of the better eating fish. And you know what? This is a lot of fun out here. If you get an opportunity, give perch fishing a try. You'll be rewarded with a fun day of fishing and a lot of good eating. Wherever you're tuning in from, folks, I want to thank you for spending time on the boat with Antonio and I on today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And as always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing. Downsizing the minnow. Unbelievable.